Everybody, it's Bob Husler from The Fan. Coming up next, it's Locked Up Sports.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Bob Walters. This is Locked Up Sports, Mets pregame show as the Mets begin a three-game series against the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners come in 12 games over 500, a game and a half back in the AL West. The Mets limping in just 7 games over 500, 64-57, 5 games back of the Phillies, somehow only 5. As they come off a losing series to the Braves, they lost 2 out of 3. They won the Lindor game where they pounded out 6 home runs and 16 hits, and then just kind of fizzled out from there. And in the end, blew the game in both games. They scored 6 runs early in the second game, and then the disastrous fourth inning, 9 runs for the Braves. Last night they had a lead late, and it was blown by Helsley, who just hasn't been good. He hasn't been good at all since he's come over here to the Mets. It's the whole, I'm not adjusting well to my new role. I don't want to hear it. It's 1 inning, right? Does it really matter if it's the 8th or the 9th? You're not a kid. And the Mets will see that on Sunday when they go play the Little League Classic. You're not a kid. Why does it matter if it's the 8th or the 9th inning? I'm sick of these head cases, these relievers who are just, it's a head case thing. Do we have to get the scoreboard operator to put 9 up on the board? Would that help you out anymore? It's 3 outs. Go out there and get 3 outs. You're a professional. You're a major league pitcher. Go out there and get 3 outs. That's all we ask. And if you don't get the 3 outs, don't sit there and blame it that, it was the 8th inning and I'm used to pitching the 9th inning. It's the same damn thing. And these excuses. And I'm sick and tired of Mendoza going into these press conferences and just being like, well, I don't know. He's like a deer in headlights. They don't know what's going on. They have free-falled, and now I think Mendoza might be, the seat's warming up a little bit. I don't think he will go, but it's definitely warming up. The pressure is starting to build. Because this team now has been bad since June, and they've been very average since the end of April. Since April 30th, the Mets are 43-48, very average, 5 games under 500. Since June 12th, the Mets are 20-32, 12 games under 500, a bad team. That means they only had 1 month, April, where they were a good, and they were an elite team, top of the league, best team in baseball. But more of this season, they've been average and bad than they were good. Just because when they were good, they were real good, doesn't make that okay. Somehow they're still somewhat hanging on to the playoff hunt, but they are quickly falling out of it. The Reds right now are playing great. The Phillies have cooled off a bit, but the Mets can't gain any ground if they don't win. And if you're going to have Helsley going out there and blowing the game when they have a lead late, you have your starters can't pitch 6, even though they came close last night. Senga was okay last night, 5 2/3, but still, again, not 6. You want to talk about records? Forget about Alonso hitting 253 home runs, which they're celebrating right now on the field. Big celebration. How about the record that the Mets are setting? They have gone now, no team in 101 years has gone as long as the Mets have without having 2 starters pitch at least 6 innings. 101 years. Okay? Alonso broke a record that was set in 88. So this is the record we should be talking about, and it's a bad record. And as far as the ceremony goes, listen, we got to stop with the Alonso stuff. Okay, I get it. He's the Mets all-time home run hitter but it's 253 home runs. I don't know how many times I got to say it's not 453. It's not even 400. 253 home runs. They're embarrassing themselves now with a ceremony, on-field ceremony. What are we going to do? Give them gifts and come on. Not now. Not when you're playing like this. Not when you're losing. Not when you lost 13-15 and you can't get out of your own way. It's not time to have a ceremony on the field with Alonso. We gave him his due the other night. He got his curtain calls. He waved to the fans. He hugged his teammates. It's over. We don't need to be going, come out here and get these gifts from Cohen. They don't need that. The Mets don't need that. The fans don't need that right now. Nobody wants to see that. Now you're just embarrassing yourselves. Doing too much here. As we'd say in the jail, you're doing too much. I mean, come on. This team is a bad baseball team. The fans are fed up. You better believe this is going to be a rough 2 days if the Mets lose at Citi Field. Sunday they go to Williamsport. Maybe they won't get booed by the little leaguers, but they're certainly not playing as good as half of those little league teams. It's embarrassment now. Now it's starting to become real bad. We've seen this before. We've seen stretches like this from the Mets, over the course of the years. We've seen them blow 7-17 lead, 17 to play. This is, it doesn't rival that, but only because there's more time and there's more, runway left in the season. That's probably would have continued to lose in that year. But they got Sean Manaea pitching tonight. We'll see. We get 6 innings, right? Manaea, not great last time out. He's 1-1. He hasn't been great. He's stealing money so far this year because he was hurt for most of the year. He came out. He's not great. It's not good. Montas, who they paid $34 million, just got sent to the bullpen. And I read an article today. Oh, he's accepted his role in the bullpen. Well, you better accept it. You have no choice. That's where you are now. Accept it. Win. I'm ready to do what the team needs to win. You better be ready to do what the team needs to win. What else would you be doing? You didn't choose to go there. He said I'm a starting pitcher, but no, you're not. Not on any team I know. You're a bullpen pitcher. And you're probably just a mop-up guy, which we might need a lot of because the Mets could be losing big in a lot of these games. They better get it together and get it together fast. And we keep saying that. I'm getting sick and tired of coming here and going, got to get it together now. It's got to start tonight. It's that they can't get the engine revved and get it going. Never happens. You think on the other night in the first game against the Braves, they scored 13 runs, 16 hits, 6 home runs. All right, we're breaking out. No. Next night, then they start off with a 6-0 lead, and then ever since that 4th inning, just garbage. The only positive since the Alonso home run night, 16 hit barrage, has been Lindor. I guess a couple multi-hit games. He had 3 hits last night, and Senga was a little bit better. Other than that, it's been terrible. They have basically pushed Mark Vientos to the side, right? He's in the lineup tonight, DHing. He is not in good favor with this organization right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come back next year or ask for a trade in the offseason. It's not good. It's not good at all. When the lineup is good, the pitching is bad. When the starting pitching is bad, the relief pitching is good. You can't have these guys come in, this bullpen come in and get asked for 16 or 18 outs. You can't ask any bullpen that. They did it that one night, but they were up big. And now it's going to be Citi Field, and I've said it many times this year, Citi Field has been fun, it's been electric, the atmosphere, the crowds, full houses, starting to see patches of empty seats in the upper deck now each night. You're starting to hear the boos when Soto, two hops won the second and jogs it down to first. And you're going to sit there and hold a celebratory thing for Alonso hitting 253 home runs? Come on. You got to know the temperature of this thing right now, Mets, and that's not what we want to see. Because they are 12, 20, and 32 since Alonso, the guy they're celebrating on the field, couldn't throw a ball to Senga covering first. He threw it 3 feet over his head. Since that day, since that play, the Mets are 12 games under 500. They've now lost 13 of 15. August is a month where they played 1 million home games against the division. These are the only 3 games in an 18-game span that are not against an NL East team. And yeah, they still got the Phillies a couple more times, so they have a chance. But do you really think this team's going to put it together after the baseball you've seen them play from April 30th? That's a big stretch. The beginning of April 30th, not a big stretch. They happened to play excellent during that time. But since then, it's been bad. Average to bad. And Mendoza's, going up there. And Mendoza, I don't think he's going to get fired. I didn't think he could get fired. I figured free year after last year. But the pressure's starting to build, and the seat's starting to warm up. And if this team continues like this, I mean, they'll be out of it in 2 weeks, and then you're playing meaningless September games, and that could get him fired. That could definitely get the coach, because a coach can go from, oh, he can't be fired, to he's a real deep trouble with a stretch like this. Now, the Mets didn't have the highest of expectations this year, so they clearly overachieved in April. But, I mean, the pitching staff is falling apart. They all got hurt. Now, when they came back, they're, You know, we get to see Nolan McLean tomorrow, who I'm curious to see how he does. I'm excited to see him. He's supposed to be a big pitcher for us over the next. But how many big pitchers have we seen come up and just, flounder to nothing? So we'll see how that goes. And I guarantee that him and Sproat, who got knocked around in AAA just last night, I believe, they are not going to be the saviors of this team. They're going to be placeholders. I'd love to see him give them 6 innings. But, who knows? The Mets pitchers don't pitch 6 innings. And as far as the trade deadline acquisitions go, they're not good so far. I don't want to hear you ringing the hell's bells and the lights and everything, and he comes on and he gets a pitch clock violation followed by a home run, and then he blows the game 2 nights later. I don't want to see that. You get the hell's bells and the introduction and the Diaz treatment when you start pitching like that, because it's just embarrassing. Like we said, Lindor, I guess, has picked it up a little bit. But you knew Lindor would, right? He's going to the Hall of Fame. Soto still really nothing. Disappointment from Soto. This is a disappointing season, whichever way you want to cut it. Now, I'm not going to sit here like most people, like most of you do, and go, oh, this contract's a bust. We're spending all this money, because you know what? It's not my money. So I really don't care how much he pays him. It hasn't affected the prices of tickets. It hasn't affected the beers or the hot dogs or the popcorn. I don't care. So you need $750 million. It's not my $750 million. So why do I care? But it's disappointing because he's supposed to be this great player, great hitter, and he's going to put up good numbers, but not the Hall of Fame season like we expect him to have. Because no matter what he did this year, he can't justify. You're not going to satisfy the masses with that contract. He could win 4 championships. They'll still be saying, oh, $750 million. What do we pay for? So the Mets, they got to get it going now. It's now or never. And that's the last time I'm going to say it. Because, again, I'm sick and tired for the last 3 weeks saying it. And then they go and they lose 2 out of 3, or they lose 5 out of 6. Well, they get swept. And then I come on and I go, okay, now it's now or never. It's not now, and it wasn't now or never. Now it is. Well, now it is. 5 games back. Phillies next week. You got to win these 2 here. You're playing a good Mariners team. They've won 8 of 10. Mets have lost, what is it, 9 of 10? Or they won the Pete Alonso game. And now we're having another celebration tonight where they get to sit there with their Shea Stadium replicas, which I wanted one of, which I won't get, but watching Pete Alonso get, whatever the billionaire Steve Cohen wants to get him. I would imagine it'll be a couple gifts, a ball, gold ball or something, or some kind of rocking chair made of, bats or something. Just give him that in private. We don't want to see it right now because we're disgusted with the team. Right? Nobody wants to sit there. I can't imagine the people that get there early. It's not for the ceremony. It's for the shades, the giveaway. First 15,000. People run there like they're selling, like a new video game came out, to get these stupid things that they give to the first 15,000 people. Well, you didn't have enough money because of the Soto contract to dole out a couple extra bucks so everybody could get one. And then you got guys trying to buy them off you on the subway stairs on the way out. Like, come on. What are we doing? So the Mets tonight, Manaea, it hasn't been the Manaea from last year. He's been hurt, been average. And that's it. No 6 innings for any Mets pitcher not named Peterson, who has now stunk in the last 3 starts. So they get no good start. And last night you could say that's somewhat of a good start from Senga. But still, again, then the pitching blows it. Helsley, Roberts, stinks so far. Supposed to be this powerhouse bullpen. And it hasn't been good. And like I said, I don't want to hear I got to adjust to the role. It's the 8th inning, 3 outs. Either way, right? It's not that you have to get less outs in the 9th than you do in the 8th. He's like, oh, it's the 8th inning. I got to get 6 outs now. No, we're just asking for the one inning. Get us to Diaz. And he can't even do that. And when he did get the ninth inning, stunk it up too. Lot to complain about. This is like really, I haven't been screaming at the Mets because they've been good and I believed in them, but they were overachieving and then since then they've just been bad. I mean, they're one of the worst teams in baseball since the break. Like I said, I read a couple of articles from Philly papers kicking the dirt on the Mets. Mets don't do anything about it. You make bonehead plays. They Lindor was booting balls for a couple weeks. You got Soto, who's just been disappointing. You know, this lineup is better than this. They're supposed to win with the lineup, with the bats. They're supposed to outscore their pitching. And they're 20 and 32, 12 games under 500, and 5 games since June 12th, and 5 games under 500 since April 30th. Basically the whole season. I mean, it's just a disaster. So Mania tonight, like I said, somehow, some way, they're only 5 games back. So can it be turned around? It can. Absolutely. They play the Phillies more than 5. They play the Phillies, I think, 6 times coming up. Still left in this next month and a half. But they're running out of runway here. They are running out of time. Vientos in the lineup tonight. I'm going to give you the lineup in a second. Vientos in the lineup tonight. Like I said, it's almost like they forgot about Vientos. They just kind of pushed him aside. They want no part of him. They put him in the lineup tonight probably because he just in case to get him a couple at bats. So the lineup tonight, Lindor, who had a good game last night, 3 hits, a home run. He leads off. Soto second. So Soto in the second spot. That's where Mendoza likes to put people. Remember when they're struggling. So Soto in the second spot. Nimmo hitting third. Alonso at cleanup. Then McNeil at second base, hitting 5th. Vientos the DH 6th. Mullins 7th. Alvarez 8th. And Mauricio at third, 9. So no Beatty in the lineup tonight. And we'll see how it goes. They might bust out and get 5 or 6 runs, right? Early. But then you got to watch the pitching and you got to just wait for the other shoe to drop the whole 9 innings because you never know when they're going to start to stink. They looked real good in that second game, coming off the Alonso night into that second game, 6-0 early. You're like, okay, here we go. We finally found it. And then right down the drain with the 4th inning, right down the drain. And, listen, and the Mariners are not a bad team. They are playing well. The Mets have run into some good teams here. The Brewers, who are just red hot. Best team in baseball right now. And then the Mariners, the Braves that aren't very good, but the Braves always are just a nightmare for the Mets. Listen, let's see if they can put together and like a good solid 9-inning game. They didn't even put together a solid 9-inning game on the Alonso night where they hit because they got 16 hits, six home runs. You almost can't lose that game. They didn't get good pitching. Clay Holmes stunk. And the fact that Clay Holmes is getting another start Sunday disgusts me. Why not bring up Sproat with him or put somebody Blackburn in? Not Clay Holmes. We know what's going to happen with Clay Holmes. He's running to the wall. He's tired. It's not going to be a surprise that he's going to go 4 innings or 4+ and give up 5 to 7 runs. So that's what's going to happen. We're not idiots. We know we've seen it. We've seen it now for about a month. So we've seen it. We know what he's going to do. And they're giving him another start, just like they gave Monta a start. It's like throwing a game away. Now, that game will be fun. It's the Little League Classic. They've been doing it about 5 years. It's a lot of fun. It's a good thing for them. MLB does for the kids. The only people in attendance are, I think, the players from the teams and their parents. And they get to interact, and it's like a 500-person crowd, and they get to watch a Major League game or, some semblance of a Major League game because it is the Mets. Remember, they'll get to interact with Lindor and Soto, and they'll find out how to not hustle the first or how to pop it up or Alonso teach them how to hurt their pitcher, hurt one of their star pitchers. They're going to learn a lot. Or they can make fun of how they all their pitching, their starting staff can go 6 innings and has gone 6 innings, and the Mets staff can't. So we'll see how that works out. But first, you got to get there. You got to win these 2 games, right? They have 1 million home games here in August. Only 6 road games, and they are just continue nosedive down. New ways to lose every night. And like I said, I don't want to hear Helsley with the adjust into my new role and my new home. I don't want to hear it. You're a professional. You're not a college kid or a low minor league. You don't need to adjust anything. 3 outs. Go out there, get 3 outs. He has a pitch clock violation and then a home run that kills us the other night. Last night he blows it, giving up the rockets into the gap to the Braves. Hasn't been good. Good venting session, though. Good therapy here. Because we need it as Mets fans. Let's be real. We believed a little bit more in this team than we probably should have because they've started off so well. In the beginning of the season, we knew what it was. We said, the pitching staff isn't good enough. They might have some offense, but the pitching staff isn't good enough. They don't have a bullpen. And we should have just went with our instinct because we were right. And as far as the Alonso ceremony goes, give me a break. Nobody wants to see that right now. They would win in like 10 out of 12 or 10 out of 13. Okay, I can live with it. But he got his accolades that night. It's 253 home runs, not 453 home runs. It's not. It's not as big a deal as you think it is. It's not a big deal anywhere else except in Queens. Nobody else cares. So we shouldn't care that much. When he's chasing 500 home runs, then that's when you do ceremonies with gifts and stuff. So that does it for me. Mets, Mariners, just a couple minutes on SNY, on Odyssey 880 AM, Mets Radio Network with our friend Keith Rad. Excellent call, too, by the way, the other day for the Alonso home run. We'll see, right? You just got to, now or never. Last time I'm going to say it, now or never. Mets and Mariners. Luis Castillo against Sean Manaea. See, 6 innings tonight? No. So 2 at Citi Field tonight, tomorrow afternoon, 4:10, and then of course tomorrow is Nolan McClain's MLB Major League debut. Make sure you catch that. That should be something to watch, right? See the future Generation K. Sproat may be coming up next week, and then the Montas on Sunday Night Baseball in Williamsport. So that does it. I'm Bob Walters. Enjoy the game, everybody. From the Brian Gunzel Studios. See ya.